All right, let's talk about a force that, believe it or not, shapes pretty much everything we buy, everything we use, maybe even what you had for breakfast this morning. We are diving deep into globalization and what it means for the world of business. I mean, seriously, have you ever just stopped and looked at your smartphone and thought, how? How did this thing even get here? You've got parts designed in California, software maybe from India, minerals sourced from Africa, and it's all put together in a factory in China. That right there is globalization in the palm of your hand. So, what are we actually talking about when we say globalization? Well, in simple terms, it's just how interconnected all our countries have become. It's like the world is shrinking, turning into one giant linked up community. And because of that, something that happens in one country can send ripples across the entire globe, affecting businesses and people thousands of miles away. But this didn't just happen overnight. So how did our world get so connected so fast? Well, let's take a look at the massive engines that are really driving this whole thing forward. It really boils down to two huge forces. First up, technology. I mean, the leaps we've made are just staggering. The internet lets us talk to someone on the other side of the planet instantly, for free. And these massive container ships, they can move mountains of products across the ocean for a fraction of what it used to cost. Then, at the very same time, the political walls have started to come down. Governments have been lowering tariffs, those taxes on stuff you import, and they're signing free trade agreements that are basically like creating superhighways for international business. Now, for any business trying to navigate this new world, it's a bit of a high-stakes gamble. There are these enormous opportunities out there for the taking, but there are also some pretty serious risks hiding in the shadows. And it really is a classic double-edged sword. On one hand, the upside is huge. You suddenly have a global marketplace. You can sell your stuff to billions of new customers. You can find cheaper materials or labor to bring your costs way down. But the downside is just as real. Your competition isn't the local shop anymore. It's some massive company halfway around the world. And trying to manage a supply chain that stretches across multiple continents? Whoa. It is incredibly complex. I mean, remember when that one ship got stuck in the Suez Canal? It caused a global traffic jam that held up everything from coffee to car parts for weeks. That's the kind of risk we're talking about. Okay, and one of the biggest, most unpredictable parts of this whole global game is something that changes literally every single second. Exchange rates. It's simply the value of one country's money compared to another's. But these tiny fluctuations, they can make or break a company's profit on a huge international deal. Which leads us to this classic puzzle. Is a strong pound a good thing or a bad thing for a business in the UK? And the answer, maybe frustratingly, is it depends. It completely depends on whether you're buying things from other countries or selling your products to them. Feeling a little lost? Hey, don't worry. There's a fantastic little acronym that makes this whole thing click into place. All you have to do is remember one word. Spiced. Let's crack this code. Spiced. It stands for S, strong pound makes imports cheaper and exports dearer. Simple, right? So if the pound is strong, a UK company buying parts from Germany gets a fantastic deal. Their pounds go farther. But if that same company is trying to sell its finished products in America, those products just got more expensive for anyone buying with dollars. And what happens if the pound is weak? You got it. The whole thing flips. It's a financial seesaw that global businesses are riding every single day. Okay, so we've seen it from the corporate boardroom, but what does all of this mean for us, for our communities on the ground? Let's zoom right in and look at the direct impact globalization has on our local towns and cities. And for local communities, the story is, it's just as complicated. On one hand, a new factory owned by a foreign company can roll into town and create hundreds of desperately needed jobs. And for us as shoppers, we get way more choice and often lower prices. But there is always a flip side. That very same global competition could force a beloved local business that's been around for generations to shut its doors, leading to job losses somewhere else. And all that pressure to make things cheap and fast can come with some heavy environmental costs, and maybe even start to wear away at what makes a place unique. So we've looked at big corporations, and we've looked at local communities. So where does all this leave you and me? Well, all these massive global forces, they all end up in one very personal place, our shopping carts. It all connects back to the choices we make every single day. Think about it. Every time you buy something, anything, you're casting a vote in this huge, interconnected global system. Globalization links all of us, from the farmer who grew your coffee beans to the person who stitched your shoes. So the real question it leaves us with is, knowing all of this, how do we navigate it? What does this mean for the choices we're going to make tomorrow?